So I'll be doing my advanced concepts video for Java today, and the advanced concept that I'll be going over is input output. And as you can see here, I've imported the java.io.star package as well as the java.util.star package to facilitate both those things. So I'm going to go right into the constructor where I utilize IO. The first thing that I do is I take a string. A string is called load name, and I want that string to be essentially the name of a text file that is sitting somewhere in the premades folder, in the premades folder of my source folder. And that, as you can see, will approximately, oh no, will exactly copy the file structure for my final project itself. Let's go into, so Dual Simulator Advanced is the project folder, and you'll see an SRC folder, and in there you'll see a pre-made folder. And in the pre-made folder sits all the text documents that are used to create characters for this game. So, oh, let's go back. So it takes a name, and then I set it up to equal the file path within source, within pre-made, some name.txt. Second thing that I do is I start up a try-catch block, and the try-catch block is necessary in order to perform I/O because there will often be exceptions thrown for like a file not found or some other problem. So, uh, assuming that none of those bad things happen, I set the name of the calling duelist, the one that's being created, to the duelist reader.next line because you can see that the very first line is going to be the name, and then I'll set the life. So you'll see the very next line is life, and then power, and then speed, and then armor, and then resist. Power, speed, armor, and resist. And then I skip a line. I'll go to the next line because of a quirk in the programming that interacts strangely with the whole next line mechanic. You'll often find yourself doing things like that just to get a fix. Huh, that sounds wrong. Next thing that I do is I set a string called skillbar equal to julescreator.nextLine. And so that's that two character string here, WC. And then I will parse that string. I'll set the character at 1 equal to, character at 0. I'll set the very first character of that two character string, and the second character of the two character string as the parameters for a skill constructor, the two parameter skill constructor, which is right where where are you? Where's the there's the two parameter constructor. I set the two parameter constructor. Let's say if I read W and C here, I'll parse the character at 0 in here, and I'll parse the character at 1 in here. So W will go here, and C will go there. And then I do another bunch of reads that I'll detect whether it says true or false on these lines. In this case, it says true and true for a physical unit that is ranged. So I'll check those, and I'll set it to true if it dot equals true, set it to false if it dot equals false. And it'll throw a mundanity exception. This is for code tracing. I did this before my code tracing video while I was bug fixing. There we go. And at the end of all of that, assuming that everything went through, I'll revive the character. Basically set its current life equal to its life total. Set the score equal to 0, and set the number of kills equal to 0, and then print out that I've successfully loaded the character. If it all fails, then I throw an exception, which is then caught kind of lazily over here, saying that there was clearly a problem in some way or another, which then closes the system. Luckily, I haven't had that happen too many times. And after all that is said and done, so if it all works out, then it'll work until it hits a problem, and then it'll say stop, and it'll throw it back out to this program and say, oops, that was clearly a problem, goodbye now. And if it does work out, then this finishes and successfully loads. At the very end of it all, I will close the stream. I will close Duelist Reader, which is the scanner that I opened in the first place. And closing a stream is another important part of I/O because otherwise you have dangling data bits floating around everywhere, and you're wasting memory basically. So that is my I/O video. That was my video for advanced concepts. Good luck, guys, and my next video will be the turtle video. Getting started. Take care.